Hello, my Flosstube friends. It's time for a Maynia episode. And if you are here with me, I am Annie Joyfield Stitcher, and this is a Maynia episode. This is Maynia Daily Update for Thursday, May 14th, 2020. Yesterday, the wheel spun. Lizzie Kate's Cherish All Living Things, as you maybe saw by the thumbnail when you clicked on this video. And this is a piece that I had a previous start on back in the early 2000s when this chart was released, that I had started stitching back when I committed Minnie, now a Stitchy Sin. Back then it was, I didn't know any better. And I had it converted. I'll show you I had converted it to my own color palette even. I used orange pen. I used orange pen on the chart. Well, I am still doing color conversions to this day. I have a bit of a different aesthetic though, and I did do some converting on this chart as well, based on what I had, because I kitted this from Stash. This was one that I put up for vote back in March, during March Stitchy Madness, to see if it got started. It didn't, so it became a pretty for sure Maynia start, and it lives in this rainbow project sleeve. And it has a whole host of really fun, bright springtime type colors. So I showed this in my video yesterday, and I had it paired with an 18 count Mystery Mystic Fabrics, a really super light butter yellow. The original was stitched on a House Blend Light Cappuccino. I don't know, which is an R&R. I just realized that if I look down at the things down here at the bottom, that it told me that was R&R. I don't have things like that, but I do know that it's a much more neutral as opposed to like the yellow. The picture is old. It looks a little yellow, but the more you really start to look at it, you go, it is yellow, but it's more of a beigey yellow. So I went through my stash and I came up with a couple of choices. I ended up settling on a piece of 18 count Ada from Be Stitch Me. It's an unnamed, but it's a really pretty neutral. And this is what I got done so far. So I did a center start, which is right about here in the middle of the V. So I've got living. I stitched up both butterflies with the little twirly swirlies on them, and I'm currently working through some of the letters in all, and then I'm going to be moving up. I'm using this for, I've used it already for one task in Stitchopoly, Polyvon, which is 330 stitches. So this, and then like 4 stitches of that L was the Polyvon. I rolled my dice again, and I ended up with a 100 count, something that was 100 count. So I'm going to do the word all, and then I'm going to start up here in the grass. So I'm kind of moving up, is just kind of the way I went. I can't wait to stitch the mountain scene. I love the grassy scene. I think that's a ladybug. Yeah, a little ladybug and a worm. There are a couple of charms. I don't have the charms. I don't think they're necessary to have the charms, but I don't have the charms. So I think it says, I'll have to look more closely at the chart to see if there's a way to acquire the charms now, so long after the fact. So I am going to work on this a little bit more this evening, and you'll see any of the projects I've worked on past my update video, because I have. Most all of them I've worked on past the update itself. You will see in my normal Flosstube weekly update tomorrow evening, my normal Friday Flosstube weekly update. And I do not do a separate Maynia update on Fridays. So you will see my progress on the project that is picked today, tomorrow in that video, along with any additional progress that I've made on any of the starts that were not showcased in the update, as well as anything else I've worked on, which is a fair few other projects this week. So here's my bucket. It's looking a little lighter, but there's still a good quantity of fun project bags in there. Many of them are my own, and we're going to see what the wheel chooses. In just a second. Sorry. All right, so we have this block over here that I keep talking about on the wheel that includes Love Builds a Happy Home, Noah's Ark Mantle, Quaker de la Ferme, and Farm Life. Those are like 4 that are Luna starts. So is Blessed is the Life, Garden Club, All Creatures Great and Small. These are all projects that I've been like, yes, I can't wait. Now, Spring Tulips is not on here, but my fabric has not come yet. It has not shipped yet. So it will be at the very end, or it may just get started whenever the fabric arrives. So let's see what we get today. Come on. Quaker de la Ferme. We almost had Farm Life. I mean, it was like so close. It was like so close. I could taste it. So Quaker de la Ferme. Let me find my bag for that. I believe it lives in this project bag. Yes. Okay, so this lives in a So Much to Love bag with the cute black and white print and the red gingham. I love how she did the red gingham on the bias. I definitely need to do that more with my bags. It's a little bit fussier of a cut. And this holds Jardin Privé's Quaker de la Ferme, and I love this. I love that they took a Quaker and put a spin on it with things like the barn, the corn stalk, the duck or goose, the little duckling or goose gosling, the little farmhouse, the bee scap, the cow with a bird on its back, a squirrel, some little sheep. I mean, just all the different things. I love that this Quaker right here, the middle is buttons, or the frame is buttons. So there's just so many unique little touches. There's even like a birdhouse down here, or like a string of birdhouses. I love this. So I'm excited to stitch this. It's originally stitched on cream linen with dark red DMC. So I ramped it up a little bit. I'm going to be stitching this on 18 count Picture This Plus Earthen Ada. I love this. It's a pinky neutral. And then I have pulled, and I actually have some more of this that's in my stash for my video tomorrow. This is Classic Colorworks Adobe. Not Classic Colorworks, excuse me. This is Color and Cotton Adobe. And I actually already own 2 skeins of this, and I've ordered 2 more. I need to look because my existing 2 skeins don't match. I need to figure out which one is going to look best on this fabric. It's a really good mix of a reddish, purplish brown, and then a rusty red pink. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm excited about all of them, but I'm excited to start this one tomorrow. And I think I might start top left on this one. I need to look at what my margins are like, because if they're close, I will do a center start, because there are times that I don't give myself 3 inches. I give myself 2 inches if I'm close on the fabric, to not have to use some giant swath of fabric. But anyway, I'm excited for this one tomorrow. I'm excited to see y'all in my weekly update tomorrow evening. I don't have a whole lot for you today because there's going to be a lot tomorrow. Today I spent some time, I didn't get as much stitching done because I spent some time cutting out some fabric for some new project bags. My goal is to pass some of those along through giveaways, but I also, I have some project bags that are not my favorite. And so I have so many fantastic fabrics that I think fit the projects. I'm picky. I want my bag to match the project. And I've had some that over time I've been like, just doesn't really match. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up passing some of those along to some of you, but then I'm also going to list a bunch of them on D-Stash. So I know I've neglected the D-Stash this month, and I've seen some comments, and so I apologize if you were one of the ones that commented on something. My goal is this next week, especially once school starts to kind of reach that final point, is to really spend some time culling through and seeing what has been claimed, get some more items listed, and get it all cleared out, and maybe even do a little bit of a sale on some of the things that have languished on there. Some awesome charts that nobody's claimed yet. So with that, I think I will bid you so long, stitch well. I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow for a Friday weekly Flosstube update. Bye, everybody.